Hello, Table Talk community. It is a pleasure to be back with you. Everything is just, we were dealing with a second wave of COVID-19 and we beat it and we're back on track. And I hope everybody is staying within the protocols so you can stay safe. So it is a pleasure to be back. I felt like I've been gone for a little bit, but I've been gone for a reason. So I am back. I'm glad you guys are back and you're still with me. Thank you so much for the subscribers. Thank you so much for the members. Thank you so much for the questions. And we are even stronger. Even after the COVID-19 second wave, we're still stronger and going forward. So I wanted to do questions today, but I have something on my mind that I want to share and get out and exposed where I can get your questions, I can get your comments, and you can tell me your perspective on what the statement I'm about to make. But in my opinion, I just feel like the psychology world needs a recalibration. It is too many beautiful people harming themselves still, and it is too many people harming innocent people. And we're not getting improvement. It's the numbers are still high, and they shouldn't be if we are following counseling and medicine management and self-care like we're supposed to. So what I've been toying with over a period of maybe a few months, in my opinion, it's my theory of a trio of treatment. A trio of treatment is going to be different than counseling and medicine management only. A trio of treatment is giving the patient's point of view a seat at the table where we can share how the symptoms are reacting to the medicine and how we're overcoming it and thriving with it and being better with it and living our lives with it. We need to be at the table side by side with counseling and medicine management, and three of us as a trio of treatment should be creating a better way of how we understand our symptoms, how we battle and manage our symptoms, and how we thrive with our symptoms. Because the ultimate goal is we want to live in a happy setting and still be able to battle mental sensitivities. And the numbers, when I saw the numbers recently, they just send a message to me that we're doing something wrong. We should be doing something a little bit different. And what that difference is giving patient points of view a point at a seat at the table where we can say our symptoms, behaviors, and how we make it in life should be also included how you treat patients. Because my bipolar is not your bipolar. My PTSD is not your PTSD. And we handle it different. We recover and we wake up and live our days different. But counseling and medicine management, they're just giving us as opposed to this. They're saying this. They're saying these are your symptoms. It falls under these disease categories, and you take this medicine and you move forward. That's not enough. I'll say that right now. That's not enough. 1 hour with a counselor is not enough for her to absorb my patterns and be able to say, okay, I can use your pattern if I see it in another individual. That's not enough. We got to do more. And when I'm saying more, we have to sit at the seat with them. We have to be at the table when they are dictating and issuing out categories and symptoms and medicines for these type of diseases. And we want to sit at the table and say, hey, our self-care needs to be higher than medicine management and counseling. That's wonderful that you give us that and you give us medicines. A lot of the argument is medicine is really, you calibrate it as you per visit. They don't never get it right the first time. It's almost like they have to see you use the medicine, and if it doesn't work, you got to come back to the table. Well, if I was at the table in the first place, we could have did something as opposed to just giving me the medicine. You could have just self-care. You could have gave me a medicine according to the symptoms and my expression of how I handle things. And it could have been a one-stop shop. But most of the times we are trusting counseling and medicine management doctors to just treat us, and we don't do anything else. We have to change the trajectory of how psychology is working. And the trio of treatment is one of the ways we can create a new path on how we better ourselves in mental sensitivities. We know mental sensitivities are not going anywhere. We know we have to manage it, and we know we have to live our lives with it. Why not live our lives in a thriving sector as opposed to I'm just wandering through life waiting on counseling and medicine management to dictate where I go? And it's just not good enough. So my statement and my thought process on having a trio of treatment, which is having the patient point of view at the seat of the table. Give me your views about that. Give me your thoughts about that. Tell me, is that a good idea? Is that something we need to create because it hasn't been done before? This is new. I put it in my book, but I never really expounded on it. But this is something is really grabbing me because the numbers are not changing and we're not seeing the success that we should see when counseling and medicine management is all we got. Now we bring a patient point of view to the table. Now they can take that information and say, hey, if I see someone like you, I know how to handle it. If I see another person like you, good information. I can put that in my notes. And then when I see those symptoms, I'll be able to handle it better instead of just dictating and doing a trial and error method. We want to get away from that. That trial and error method is so dangerous and so, in my opinion, lazy that it can be better. So I want to create a trio of treatment. I want to hear you more. I want to see people thriving with mental sensitivities more. I want to see the numbers of suicide and destruction and harming others go down. Finally. So if it doesn't work with what we have, then let us all create a new path. So please reach out to me. This is something I'm going to stick with for a little bit because it's so important. And I'm kind of being a little bit of an ambassador because nobody's talking about this type of strategy. And a trio of treatment, I think it's a great idea. I think it's now making the patient inclusive, and the outcome is more better because now I know what to look for. I know what to see. These patients are helping me out. So I know I got good information, up-to-date information, not information coming from the 1800s in my textbook. I'm in the room with my patient, and I am actually in school learning how to better as patients come and go. I know how to look for specific symptoms and know how to handle specific symptoms because I've had a patient point of view and it's working for me. So please let me know. This was so close to me. It's almost like I want to create a new thing. And this right here is a new thing. So it is so important. So I'm going to keep pushing this, and I really come talk to me. I love your honesty. Every time I turn around, you're just really our community is exactly what that is. We talk to each other. We tell the truth to each other. We let each other know how we're doing, and we're letting each other know that we are support. I support you. You support me. And this is around the world. I don't have to be next door to you to give you support. You'll feel my support when I'm letting you know that everything you said I tried and it was successful and I loved it, and thank you for sharing. So let's start this conversation, trio of treatment, and let's see what we can do to get this on the map. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be back. I'm feeling so much better. Everybody, I hope you guys are feeling so much better. Love, hugs, and kisses, and stay healthy.